Welcome to the Dad's Nerdy Ambitions podcast. I'm your host, Steve Pugh. So we've got a very special episode tonight because I don't know if you guys realized, but the song at the beginning is our official theme song. We got a new theme song, and we wanted to do an episode talking about that.
We're official.
Yeah, it's official now. It's official. The
We're real
officially
podcast.
official. Yeah. It only took 5 years. 6. Oh my God. So join with me as always are my adorable, my amazing, and my still cosplaying and still not cosplaying friends and co-hosts, Kevin's, Sir Bobbins, and Sam. I'm gonna
Give
come
him
up with something
something, man. There's so many.
Yeah, I've
Sam
never had a nick.
Are we going to be like Esquire, Duke of our Duke of IT? Ooh,
Duke of
Sorry,
IT.
Sam. That's the best.
Lord of IT,
Yeah.
the Lord of the IT. We'll come up with.
Use those adjectives on me.
I've never had a
Remember.
successful nickname.
Now we gotta come up with one for him because now
It's got to be organic. Don't force anything, Steve.
Why don't you do it for once?
I'm not. I have no imagination. I'm not original.
Oh.
Anything you hear me say, I've stolen from something else.
I love that.
I've never really cosplayed because I feel like my options are limited to Professor X or Lex Luthor.
I mean, your accent definitely does put you in a hole too. Like, I mean,
We'll get
Kevin
your
was
quote.
giving me crap about this for like when we were talking about, because we're going to be doing an episode with CFX eventually. We're going to be, we've created lots of things, and you typecast yourself a little bit, and I do it too. I have typecasted you because we in our games you've been the artificer, you were Mr. Handy in the Fallout, the butler ones.
I have played the butler a few times.
Yeah, you do it really well. It's like, what was that guy? He was in not Princess Diaries or something like that. He was in that. He's always plays a like he works at a hotel. What is it called? A concierge?
Concierge, yeah.
Yeah. He always plays that role in every movie he plays, and they made a joke about it and everything. Like that's all the roles he's ever done. So he typecasted himself into a very niche and very specific acting career, but nobody can do it better than him.
He's the first one to get the call when someone needs that.
100%. Yeah. It was that movie with Anne Hathaway when she was really young. I'm struggling here.
You're leaving our fandom that we're familiar with.
Is that what it is?
Think,
it's Disney, doesn't it? A little bit. But I digress. So yes, Malort and Savior wrote us a theme song. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to be exact. So I think that officially counts as a full-blown song. Kev, you're the musician.
It's got a couple verses and choruses. I think there's a bridge in there.
There is, and there's a good.
I have a CD back from in the day, and it's called 30-second songs, and it's got 101 30-second or shorter songs. So that's 2 minutes qualifies as a full song.
In Scott Pilgrim, they're like, we're gonna play a song for you. It's called "I'm Sad, I'm So Very Very Sad." And they just go, "I'm sad," and that was it.
That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. I love that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't play the
God,
game, but
yes.
just
I've only ever seen it.
There's so many Easter eggs.
Yeah, I've only seen it once on an airplane's on the backseat screen of an airplane, so I can't say I fully appreciated that movie in its intended format. But
that style of humor, dude. It's wonderful.
It's such a great movie. They had such an amazing cast, and a lot of them it was like back before they started getting really big and everything too. They had because they had Brie Larson in it. They had
Chris Evans.
Evans. One of the guys who played Superman was the vegan.
Yeah.
Then you had dude, I'm blanking on names today. I'm tired, dude. It's
great movie.
Look up the IMDb
and watch it.
It's a great movie. Like movies today, I can't think of titles and I can't think of actors. Like, do I even have a podcast? So we're kind of like talking about all our stuff. Sam, thank you so much for wearing the
official
company
DNA
logo,
t-shirt.
the company wear. I am wearing a shirt from Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I can't remember the name of the other book from Matt Denneman's thing. So I got this actually last night when I came home. So this was really cool. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna wear this for the episode." It also came with a tote bag that said donuts, or it was donut holes and everything. It was like the one with the logo with her like the butt in the donut and everything. Freaking hilarious. Um, I think tomorrow, by the way, is at the time of this recording is my birthday. I'm old now, older, 39.
I mean,
Uh,
you and I, we've both been old.
oh,
It's just we're
100%.
getting a little bit closer to death each year.
Uh, I I'm almost. When can I start applying for AARP? I just want to know, asking for a friend, because
Yes. I mean, if there's a hill, we're approaching the top.
They start spamming you with mail around 50, 51.
okay, so I got a few
We
years
got
So,
some
to
so
time.
start doing
you
that.
got a little bit of time yet. But my other
I just
half,
want
as
this.
soon as he turned 50, AARP was like all over him. So
I just want to know when I can start getting the senior citizen specials, man. Like that's the thing I've got to look forward to. When you're like you're 18, you're like, I'm gonna legally drink, like I can't wait to 21 so I can have my first drink. Uh, and then
Yeah,
25, it's
21,
like,
Steve. Okay.
yeah, 20. How old were you
I
when
didn't
you had
drink
your
for a long time.
really?
It might have been 21. I had like a sip of something.
Wow.
I've been drunk where I got sick once, and I was like, nothing is worth that. It was the worst 2 days ever. That
that's
said, I do have a monster, the beast, hard monster
Drinking the
here.
beast over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah,
open
for,
mine. Go ahead, Sam.
yeah, for me it was I first started drinking at 16, but that was because
Well, I was gonna ask.
it's legal in the UK. If you're with your parents, you can have a
Yeah.
drink at 16 and you can drink from the age of 18 onwards.
Okay.
So
So
I've never
at
understood why you're over here, why you're allowed to join the military and die for your country and drive a car, but you can't touch alcohol.
I mean,
And you
yeah,
can
valid,
vote,
valid.
but like we trust you with those things, but God help you if you touch alcohol.
Uh,
so that's it. When I was a
remember,
kid at a party, a picnic at the house, my mom was pouring drinks, and me and my sister were like, "Oh, what's that? Can I have some?" She's like, "No, you won't like it. Come on, please." She's like, "All right." So we both had our first sip of beer at 10. I don't know, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want it again for a long time. It was gross,
mm.
Uh,
and a lot of
I've
it's still gross.
I'm like you, Kev. I've been drunk like a few times in my life, and everyone has been a miserable experience. There's just been nothing redeeming about the experience
Yeah,
for me
not fun.
whatsoever. So then I didn't go back to it. And I'm not preachy about alcohol or anything. Like I'm perfectly happy with other people drinking, but I'm just not compatible with it. It does
I,
not
I
work for me.
I think I've definitely gotten drunk enough for the both of you as in my sailor
You and
days.
me.
There's been a few countries that I apologize to anybody on the first floor of like these bars in St. Kitts and St. Thomas and Aruba. Those were my first ports, by the way, in the Navy at 18 years old, pulling into those countries. Yeah, that was a bad decision. But so I'm drinking Nuka-Cola Quantum over here, by the way.
How
Oh
are
yeah.
those?
Yeah, so it's not bad. It's weird. It's like a blue raspberry lemon taste.
Is it
Um,
chemical, or did they try to make it taste good?
they actually did make it taste good. It's
Okay.
I'm drinking it like room temp right now
Hmm.
because I couldn't be bothered to go upstairs and grab me some ice or anything like that. But uh,
I'm not sure. I got some of those drinks. I haven't tried them yet, but I think
yeah,
that they're inauthentic because they lack any kind of isotope
that's
in the
true. Yes, yeah.
ingredients whatsoever.
They do have fun names
Uh,
like
the-
like information on the back of them. Yeah, but no, the Geiger counter definitely
yeah,
doesn't
Geiger
There's no
counter doesn't,
radioactive
but
water.
yeah, it doesn't blip at all. And
no, no.
well, what's
Uh,
funny in the Fallout universe is that even before the bombs dropped, their drinks were radioactive. Like, that was a choice. That wasn't an accident.
Puts hair on your
yeah,
chest.
I mean, we can't really say too much because like you know, all the uranium like dishware and plates and everything, the uranium in the like to make glowing
Uh-huh.
watches.
Cheers. And I saw this really funny commercial from like the 1950s about for cold cream for women that and how effective their cold cream was, and they proved this by putting radioactive powder on a woman's face.
Oh
and then
no.
testing it with a Geiger counter, and then using the cold cream and go, and look, her face is barely radioactive at all now.
Oh my God.
Well, they've got people that go to like thrift stores and they have a lead test. Even not even thrift stores, but like Target. And they'll check
Yeah.
things from China and like the paint has lead in it.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
yeah,
Well,
lead's
there's
a thing.
all kinds of things. It's like the school I work in, like they're built in the 1950s. They're terrified to do any improvement work because pretty much everything is made of asbestos.
Yeah.
it sounds like a few post
I,
offices
I
we've
would
worked in.
love to have been a fly on the wall in the Surgeon General's office when someone said, "You know, asbestos is really bad for people," and he was like, "Ooh, where did we put asbestos?
And now the new safety thing
Everywhere?
is if we don't touch it, it'll be fine.
Fine."
I mean, we can't say much too. Like if you go, I get the TikToks every once in a while where it's like the guy who dresses up like a butler and it's all like Victorian times stuff. Dude, how I don't know how anybody in like England in that time survived between like working in the
Most of them didn't.
factories and well, that's the thing. Like
Mortality
England
rates were
should be completely
ridiculous. Yeah.
extinct. Like the stuff that they would use, like mercury was in everything. Like just the chemicals and poisons that they would use stuff that like arsenic was in like everything, like that's not even exaggeration, like it was in
Oh
makeup, it
yeah.
was in medicine, and I'm just like, how are there still people like, how is Sam here? Sam shouldn't exist. Like
I
realistically.
well the story I kind of love a bit was a kind of a lead up to some of the problems in like France, which led to the revolution. And there was a little bit of it in England. It was, you know, the image of the French fop with like the white skin,
Mm.
the white makeup with the little with the beauty marks.
Mhm.
They used that particular makeup because it made their skin shrink and tighten and made them look younger. And it was pure poison basically. And it had got lead
Nice.
and mercury in the makeup that was seeping into their skin and slowly driving them crazy. So, so they kind of attributed that to some of the more extreme decisions that they made in the nobility in France because they were all just nuts for the makeup.
Valid,
It was the
that
100 Years'
works.
War was because some guy was ugly.
Yeah,
Oh,
humanity is great at doing stupid things to itself. It always has been.
we're really good at it. Uh, so kind of getting onto some dirty subjects since we're talking about stuff that'll kill us. Looking at my Nuka Cola Quantum. Uh, Fallout Season 2 is coming out. How excited are you guys?
I am pretty excited. I really enjoyed the first series. I thought it
What's
was
it on again? Is
it'll
it
be
Amazon
on
Amazon?
Prime.
Prime, Amazon Prime,
Okay, I have that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
and
You just
Go
saw
ahead, sir.
Macaulay Culkin is going to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
oh, cool.
It's going to be in New
From what I
Vegas.
remember, he can't act because the last time he acted, he was 10 or something,
What, dude? He's been
right?
acting in all sorts of stuff.
Macaulay?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but his brother is terrific, Kieran.
Oh, his brother's amazing. Yeah. No, he's been.
Okay.
I just called you out, but I can't. Dude, I can't think today for some weird reason. Like, I can't think of things. I've seen him in stuff. Like he's been actually very active in acting. Not
Okay.
nearly as much as his brother though.
Sure, sure.
100%. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
looking
still
forward to
acting.
Fallout.
Hmm?
Yeah,
I love that we're exploring New Vegas. I
yeah,
watched
and
the
I'm really looking forward to that because that was of all the games, that was my favorite
hmm,
of the games. That, but it's also the one that I think is going to be the most challenging to keep the fans happy
hmm,
because the ending to New Vegas was so different depending on your choices that, and the TV series has kind of got to make a definitive choice as
yeah,
to what the canonical ending of that game was, which means that with the four different endings, you're only going to have like a quarter of the fans who are happy with what your decision you made
yeah,
because they said, "No, I didn't do that."
yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. I'm approaching this with two different perspectives. One, this is a story being told in a, I don't want to say a universe, but from a character and a timeline that is not alternate but parallel with the games, because obviously with all of the games there are way too many, like, did you choose this side, did you choose this side? So as a fan of it, I feel like you have to approach it with that, like, this is not the game. It is inspired and it is based off of the game, but it is a
Yeah.
parallel timeline where there is a singular choice made by you're watching somebody play it, in that kind of perspective.
Right.
You know,
Because,
it's
if you want to get into like the nerd lore of it, that's kind of sparking a lot of Fallout debate is in the first season, they showed the destruction of a city
mm,
that, and then they showed the timeline of when the destruction of that city happened. And that conflicts with the timeline of Fallout New Vegas,
mm,
and the presence. And so there's a lot of people who are trying to work out, like you said, whether they're making it canon or whether they're doing like a parallel universe. So I think you're right. The best
yeah,
way to treat it is this is a parallel story.
yeah. I do worry based on because I loved the first season of The Last of Us,
Yeah.
and season two, it wasn't bad. It just it it's really hard when it's like Stranger Things. Season one,
Hmm.
Chef's Kiss, best show in the like it was absolutely amazing. Season two, because the bar was so high, it's hard to live up to that, and I'm worried about that with season two of Fallout. However, I'm more confident in it because based on the trailer, all the like little Easter eggs I got to see, the rad scorpions,
Hmm.
the kings, which was interesting because they were ghouls in that, and I don't recall them being ghouls. I think they were just a regular like gang
Yeah.
of Elvis Presley guys in the game.
So
Um,
I guess, but
yeah.
where they're picking the story up is after the end of New Vegas. So anything could have happened
Well, so
in that
I
period of
mean,
time. So they can expand the characters,
mhm.
I
So and
guess.
and I mean, we saw Mr. Vegas in the back, like
Yeah,
they.
that's actually he was one of my favorite characters from the game. I
Mm.
absolutely loved that the characterization of it as well. That was Rene Auberjonois, who was he was in so many things through the year, like a really respected actor, and they got him to do the voice of that guy, and he just oozed this contempt and demand for respect just through the voice acting. Because you never saw Mr. House, you just heard his voice and saw a
Oh,
picture of
Mr.
him on a
House, yeah,
screen,
yeah.
and the way that he was able to act that up. So I'm hoping the guy they've got playing him is able to like stand up to the standards of the
Yeah.
character when he was originally that he originally was, because he was just awesome. And
As with many
he,
things, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
yeah,
But
I'm
as a
sorry.
fan of the show,
I'm a Fallout nerd, and so I know all the backgrounds and histories. I played all the games except for Fallout 76 because that sounded horrible.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's not bad. I'm actually shocked it's still around. I'm not gonna lie,
Uh-huh.
because I did the Elder Scrolls Online game a long time ago when it first came out, and the game has changed dramatically from what it used to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and then I picked up Fallout 76, and I hated it from like day one. I hated it. Um, every once in a while I get this like I punish myself and I'm like I want to try it again and it's like all right it's okay ish but
so what
like
didn't you like? The
Well,
story, the
no, it's
mechanics?
not the same game.
at all.
The Fallout series are single player role playing experiences
Mhm.
where you are the primary antagonist. The world gets shaped around you. Fallout 76 is an online multiplayer,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
like pretty much a PvP arena,
Mhm.
basically, with very little plot, but it's got the Fallout flavor, but it's, you've got to put up with 16-year-olds swearing at you through,
And like
through your headphones for half
They're
the
just
time you're around there.
NPCs.
Yeah.
yeah like well one of the mechanic things for me the problem is when you were um when you go into like the VATS mode where you go into like shoot a singular piece of their body it slows it down and you can time your shots a little bit better to get better percentile chances if you want to hit a specific part of their
Yeah.
body. In this, it's there ish, and it's not nearly as good. Like it doesn't slow down. It's still running in like current time, and it's a lot harder to utilize. So it kind of defeats that
Hmm.
purpose of it. I feel like 76 it's that game's just not meant to be a MMO. It's not designed that way, and it's a completely different game.
Yeah. I think that was my main thing is it just wasn't it maybe if I liked that kind of game, it might have been a fun experience, but um you get past like we're talking about aging, you get past a certain age and you don't have the reactions of an 18-year-old on Red Bull and PvP becomes less fun because you just spend all your time
Fair,
dying. Yeah.
fair, yeah, 100%. My son's discovered Halo, and now they're all about the Halo games and everything, and so they want to do all that. And I'm like, all right, let's go in here. Yeah, I can't do the multiplayer anymore. I straight up trash.
I've always
I'm
been
done.
really bad at multiplayer shooters. Like Fortnite, I
Yeah.
was never good. You asked me to
Mhm.
build, I just fall over and die.
Yeah.
I've had like three really good Call of Duty games where like
Mm.
I got in a house and stabbed 8 people in a row. I never got a nuke, but yeah, out of the hundreds or thousands I've probably played, I've just been trash mostly.
The only kind of like online multiplayer games I've ever really had fun with are where you're cooperating
Mhm.
with the other players against like computer controlled enemies.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like
100%. Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is fun multiplayer with friends.
Hmm.
Uh,
You can't play that with Steve because he gets bored and Thunder claps you off a cliff.
Shut up. It was one time and it was an accident. It was one time and it was an accident. And Thomas ran in front of me. All right. That was what happened. He went to go do what Thomas does best
uh-huh.
and Leroy drinking stuff. And literally it already clicked thunderclap. And so as he hits the monster off, I go, "Wah," and you just see him get launched off too. And I'm like,
But
I didn't yeah, go ahead.
I enjoy that kind of game because you can play with friends without having to
Mhm.
like shoot your friends in the face. And I like my friends. I don't feel a
Yeah.
need to shoot them in the face anymore.
I
So I mean,
I
some of
mean, it's still
them, it's some of them it can be fun if it's people, but generally, even when you're doing like amongst your group of friends, there will be one of you who gets far too serious about winning, and then that kind of sacks the fun for the rest of you a little bit.
Steve's always the first guy to be like, "Is friendly fire on?" Oh, it is.
So I was sitting here, I was like, who's the person that's going to take this the most serious? Like, out of the three of us, who would be the one?
I'm very competitive. I want to win things.
Okay, so it would be you.
I think so. Like I like just playing, and it's if I have fun, I don't care if I lose, but I'm also going to try to win.
Okay. Should we do like a live stream of like Baldur's Gate where we just like the three of us go in there and actually do it from like beginning to end and like actually see if we can actually do it?
How many times have we started Baldur's Gate campaigns?
Okay, but we need to be
Caveat.
we need to be realistic because we've tried this before. We are
No,
not
so no
good.
getting
We are
nude
not.
characters.
No, we are not good at games. We
No.
like them,
Yes.
but we're not good at them.
We're
So no
horrible.
setting the difficulty to legendary. No,
Yes. 100%. Yeah, like
no
that's
placing
absolutely.
arbitrary restrictions on us. We play in baby mode and we play it for the story because
So no
otherwise,
multi-classing. Yeah, well, it's going to be as
yeah.
simple as
Steve
possible.
finds a dinosaur mod.
You can get a dinosaur in it if you go druid.
He already found it. He already found it. Yeah.
They already found the
It's like
dinosaur.
it's an act three. Yeah, if you piss off the genie, if you get caught stealing from him, like or if you steal
Oh,
from
then
him,
you
then you
have
go
to see
back.
a dinosaur, then you become a dinosaur.
Yeah, you can become a dinosaur and
Oh my
everything.
God.
Like they
Yeah,
have a
fantastic.
dinosaur there, and then but like he'll send you into the past, and there's like some actual loot you can get and everything.
Yeah, you're in a little jungle and you get a nice sword or something.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked a bunch of times. I had to restart. I was like, ah, crap,
I
because it only
started a new
sends you.
Yeah, I
It doesn't
started a
send
new
the whole.
playthrough after playing with you, and all the mods that you had installed were still on. I'm like, why
Oh
am I
no.
one-shotting everything? I'm like 4 levels too high.
I like the double XP. I think that's nice and being able to get to level 20. But it also shows you like why D&D is a whole different game after level 12. After
Hmm.
like once you get to level 12, you are ridiculously powerful.
Well, the game doesn't scale
And
up with you anymore.
yeah, it doesn't. And then but you also discover like why being an adventurer going past level 12 is just like you might as well be a god mode game.
Yeah.
Like
And also,
uh
also there is the kind of disparity as well between the classes as you get up to certain levels, because certain classes just like, wizards become and sorcerers become insanely powerful. and
Yeah,
whereas
they go on
the
to rural
fight
regions.
fighters just gain a little bit more bonk.
Yeah, they
And
become retired barkeeps.
yeah.
The wizards build towers and are the bad guy in the next campaign.
I
And your role as the fighter is simply to survive the first round long enough so the wizard can get the spells off.
pretty much. I will say this, barbarians at level 20 are just beyond stupid. They can take so much damage and still sit there and go, "That's cool."
There's and then some of them have like a weird power creep in the last few levels.
Mm.
Like the artificer is a fairly balanced class up until you get to like level 20, and then they get this thing called Soul of Artifice that basically means they never fail a saving throw and they never die. And
You didn't do that
it's like
anyways.
but like but it just you just go from an average. No, I didn't do that.
No.
It was the warlock
Yeah,
class that
no,
it
but I'm
became.
just saying in general, when you had played the artificer in the game, Kevin,
Mhm.
defend me here. Your party would have been dead long time ago if it wasn't for the artificer.
He's one of the few competent players. And
Oh, no,
I,
I'll tell you,
because
That's
you
valid.
played an artificer when I tried running a campaign for a couple sessions,
Yeah.
and you were pretty powerful. Just you
just
pick like really good utility spells,
yeah.
and those make a difference.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm not saying they're not a good class. I'm just saying that their final feature is insane
Yeah.
when you
Mm-hmm.
compare it to like what the final feature, like the capstone skill, they say. Like some of the capstones are like phenomenal godlike powers, and the others are like, well, that's mildly
You
convenient.
get an extra D6 rogue. Look, I never look at like when I'm building a character, when I'm planning a character, I never look at subclasses or class features above like level 15
No, because I
because
figure
I
you're
don't
never going
expect
to
to
get
make
there.
it. I'm like, oh, what do I get at level 3? Because that's what I'm going to be doing the most.
I am currently playing a an online game on Tuesday nights where
Mm-hmm.
we are level 19 now,
Oh, wow.
and it's insane.
Yeah.
Like the amount of time the combat takes us and
Oh
the
God.
amount of things we can. I'm playing a rogue swashbuckler, and
Gee.
I think in one hit I got a crit, and I did 148 damage in a single strike.
Now is that including opportunity attack or was that without
That was
opportunity
one
attack?
hit. That was one hit. That was one hit with sneak attack, booming blade, and some bonuses from a magic sword that I had.
Swashbuckler Rogue is fun. Anyway, Swashbuckler Rogue is awesome, everybody, if
Yeah,
you get a chance to play
it is
that.
fun.
If you play it right,
Yeah.
yeah, it is absolutely amazing.
Which
If you
I went with
don't,
I went with the Smoshbackler Rogue because he seemed more fun
Yeah.
than your average rogue, because it's not like, most average rogues are like dime store Batman. If their parents are dead, they're out for vengeance, they're brooding and sad. And the Swashbuckler just seems like someone who can be fun.
Yeah, you give yourself some
Yeah.
charisma.
You
I
got
love that.
charisma, you're a bit of a showman, you like to taunt people and charm people, and it just feels
Mhm.
like a more fun. And then as you get up in levels, you're like, oh, they're actually pretty broken too. I didn't realize just how much they could do beyond
I'm,
their
love that
charm
you're always
skills.
I'm playing my
love that
paladin. We're
you're
up to
always
level
able.
3 now, and one smite against a ghoul, I'm doing a D10 because I'm using a lance, and then 3D8 at level 3. And the guys on my team are like, why are you rolling so many dice? I'm like, I didn't even crit. I don't know. It's just I'm really good.
I just like the fact because you said you're a gnome, right? You're a gnome
I'm a gnome
paladin.
paladin, yeah. Sir Lancelot.
So anybody else, he's just using like a regular sword, but for him, it's a lance.
Yeah. He's got a backup warhammer, but it's just like a blacksmith ball peen hammer. But yeah, in his hands it's huge. He's constantly banging a lance on the top of door frames and stuff.
What oath did you pick?
So it's the new one actually that's coming out like today-ish. Oath
Okay.
of the Noble Genies. I was gonna go Devotion, but this came up. I'm like, that fits perfectly because his backstory is he's from Blingdenstone in the Underdark and
Mhm.
the Ruby and Rough, a temple of the Stoneheart Enclave. They use the elements to defend the city from demons and stuff. And so this class, it's all about the elements. And all I did was change the genie flavor to gnomish deities. And it's really powerful.
Mhm.
A lot of fun so far.
Um, is the Artificer out yet? Or
No.
is it?
No, no, not yet. Not the new one.
I remember when they announced that like it was back in like June, and they're like, "Hey, it's gonna come out," and I was like, "Hey, Sam, you can play an artificer again," and he's like, "Yeah, right." And
I did look at the because they had the preview of that. What do they call them there? Um,
Unearthed Arcana,
Unearthed Arcana of the
yeah,
way they'd rejigged the Artificer, and they needed to scale that down a little.
was it that OP?
Yeah, well, you used to get this thing in called a spell storing item,
Mm,
where you would be able to place a level 2 spell into an item, and then you could use that like 10 times, or anyone could use that item 10 times to
mm,
cast a spell. And that was fine with the Artificer's utility toolkit of stuff. They changed that to a level 3 spell in the Unearthed Arcana, which meant you could basically load it with fireballs.
Fireball. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. And then just give it to the fighter.
They're
Can you
doing a
imagine
very
giving it to?
bad job of balancing.
Yeah, they really are this round. So um
I really lean into the whole conspiracy theory. Like this new edition was definitely designed for somebody to be like to be ran by an AI bot. It really it feels that's where they were going to have everybody and try to play online, and now they're just like trying to
mhm.
catch up and fix everything because they're not even calling it D&D 1 anymore, are they?
No, it's
Just like
D&D
it's still,
the 2024 rules.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
And
ridiculous.
I want to know what the Ranger did to someone at WotC either,
Mm,
because the Ranger just gets no love. Every time he gets a new
none.
subclass, it's worse than the
It's
last
just the
one.
Hunter's Mark class now. You're not a ranger
Yes.
anymore.
So the one that I do think they did, there is one subclass that it's still not great, but I think it's the best that they've done, and that's the Drake Warden. And they had to give them quite literally a freaking dragon to make a ranger playable. So like, and even then, it's not you playing; it's you're like sending your dragon in to do the stuff, and you're like, all right, cool, I'll sit back here and just go guys.
Rangers are cool. They can do damage. They have a lot of utility, but they're just not. They didn't focus on what a ranger should be.
Yeah, the
It's like your
thing,
best part of your class is the druid aspect of it.
yeah. The thing is that if you want to be like the ranged archery support, you're better off taking a fighter.
Mhm.
If you want to be the nature magic guide type, you're better off taking a druid.
Mhm.
If you want to be, the kind of the Temu version of either of those things, you become a ranger. And
So you're telling me if to be the ultimate ranger, I need to multi-class as a druid and a fighter.
yeah, a
Yeah.
multi-class druid fighter would be more ranger than a ranger. So
That's
but
so sad.
it's sad, but because they are quite, the concept behind them is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The wilderness tracker, the wild man. It's based, I mean, because the Ranger's based around Aragorn
Yeah.
from the Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings, who was one of the coolest figures in like fantasy literature, and they just sort of took that and decided, let's make him a little bit lame.
He's got more bonus actions than any class in the game, but if you do Hunter's Mark, that's your bonus
Bonus
action. And you
action.
have to do Hunter's Mark to do
Yeah,
anything
Yeah.
else in your class.
yeah. And then, you have to be constantly concentrating on Hunter's Mark, which means that
Mhm.
90% of your spells you can't ever cast.
Yeah, and you can't go into melee, and that's a really cool melee class if you wanted
Yeah.
to, but if you get hit, there goes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. We should design our own versions of these
Well,
things.
you know what?
You
I'll
started
say
one,
this.
and
Yeah.
I'm really interested in doing that now, actually.
Oh, cool. No,
But
we're
we all
happy to
make
have you
like a
play that.
couple subclasses.
Yeah. No, I'm interested in like playing around with actually like the because I think the new 2024 rules is going to need some balancing and tweaking
Yeah.
because as we discovered in our campaign,
Oh yeah,
they're a
yeah.
little they're
You went from an OP artificer to an OP warlock, and I think you're just really good at this game. I think we need to find a game. Like honestly, I think that's why Call of Cthulhu and maybe the like Alien RPG are like the best games for you. I'm curious to try out Walking Dead with you too, because
Mhm.
I think you need games that restrain you because you're really good at figuring out how to like not break the game. You don't go out of your way to actively break the game.
You
You just
use the
come
rules
across
as they're
stuff. Yeah.
intended to do the coolest things.
And, and you just go, oh, look at this thing I can do. And I have to sit there and go, like, why, Sam? Why would you make let me just make these three hovering homunculi that just float around and just like constantly hit people. Oh, you destroyed one? Ah, it's all right. I'll spend a bonus action to make another
Pick another one. Well, yeah.
like,
I think that's the thing is it's the interaction of the different features that
Mhm.
they haven't like like they haven't done the math with everything and added up
100%.
everything to
They
get
need
it.
a lot. I think they do the surveys for the play testing with the Unearthed Arcana, but no one says, "Hey, this is too powerful." Everyone's like, "Oh no, this could be better. This could be a little bit better." And now everyone's got these super overpowered classes.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
dear Lord.
it's still fun. We're having fun. We're playing Curse of Strahd now. We've gone to the 2014 rules, and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're giving up on the new stuff, going back to the old stuff.
Yeah, I did. Because it's there's a lot of work that needs to still be done.
yeah,
Respectfully, it's like there's a lot of that's still super broken. And eventually I want to go back to it. I mean, when we do like our one shots and stuff, I'll run them in like current edition because it's just easier that way.
hmm
Um, but Curse of Strahd is just a classic game, and I feel like playing. If you're going to play the classic game, you need to play it how
with
it was supposed to be played back when it came out.
it's also as well. I could see the appeal going because staying in 2014 because the old a lot of the old subclasses aren't compatible with 2024 yet.
Right.
Yeah,
So you can't play like I'm playing a Tempest Cleric in Curse of Strahd, who you can't play Tempest Clerics with the 2024 rules.
Mhm.
They're not compatible, and
You
I
can.
mean,
You got to finagle it. I mean,
you got
if
to
you get the subclass
finagle, and
earlier,
you won't be as balanced as you are with the
yeah.
2020 with the 2014 rules. It's
I also feel like 2014 is a lot more forgiving for like modifying stuff. So for like Kevin's character, even though he's a druid, he gave up most of his like animalistic forms. Because you went what type of druid you went?
Circle
You
of
went
Stars.
Circle of Stars. So you still get the celestial stuff, but instead of being
Mhm.
able to transform, we had talked about like you because you have a werebear form.
Hmm.
So and we wanted to have some fun with that because it's a monster, it's a horror story. This shroud is just like meant for like monsters, and having a monster on your guys' team just seemed like a really fun idea. So like it's like,
So
oh, okay,
far,
we
it
don't have to worry
hasn't
about
killed us yet.
you did get close.
It's very
You did lose
capable
it.
of. Yeah, one bad roll and we're getting TPK'd
mhm.
pretty soon.
But as the nice thing is like as once the party starts leveling up and getting progressively better, that he becomes less of a threat to them
It'll
when
eventually
he's like,
be not
"Arr!"
super powerful. Yeah, he's got way too much HP right now.
Yeah, he's. Don't worry, give like Sam like one more level and he'll be able to kill you instantaneously because he'll figure something out.
Hey,
Using
Steve, is
his
it raining? Yep. 60, 10. Ah!
yeah.
I,
Just
I
electrocute him.
I had figured out something that I could do at 14
Go
level
ahead,
that would
go for it.
probably upset you. But
Mm, no,
Tempest Cleric, you take two different feats. You take the Metamagic Adept feat,
Mhm.
then you take the Cartomancer feat, and then on that 14th level, when you get seventh level spell, I think it's 13th level, you get seventh level spells.
Mhm.
You cast, uh, I think it's Firestorm, which covers 10, which creates 10-foot squares of fire. You use Metamagic Adept, you change it to lightning. You use Channel Divinity, you maximize the damage in all of those squares and create a 15-foot knockback on all of them. So you take an action, you cast that, you inflict either between 800 and 1400 damage across all those squares. And then you use the Cartomancer feat, you play your Cartomancer card, and you do it again as a bonus action.
I'm glad we called out Sam earlier about how he figures out stuff. He's just sitting there like, oh, look at this thing I figured out. Freaking
Uh,
A.
We
That's
don't need to talk to
terrifying.
Shah. We'll just blow up his castle.
It's Jesus. So here's the thing. You said it makes 10 10-foot squares. You
Yes.
line those up, and it's knockback 15, which means if you dead center it and you make those around there, that means they're getting knocked into another one, which means all that the damage will accumulate from that square because they're getting hit into that square, which will knock them even further.
Yeah.
And if you time it out right, you can literally do a perpetual line of
Yeah.
knockback.
Uh-huh.
Holy hell.
It's
That's so broken.
it
Like you
is.
just do that down a hallway. You just do that down a hallway. Like, hey guys, he meets you at the gate, and you're just like, nah, fam, we're good, and we're not coming in. Just
Max decided he doesn't like this town anymore.
And you
I'm
will
like, Jesus Christ.
and if you wanted to make it just a slight bit more broken,
Oh, sure,
then
why
you
not at
take
this point?
your third feat that you take is elemental adept lightning, and then it ignores all lightning resistance. And any roll on the dice of a 1, you change it to a 2.
Of course. Why not?
We'll see how long until Steve TPKs us.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him instantly. I'm gonna choose his next class. It's like, see, that's the thing. I gotta choose a class that he won't be able to freaking like break.
Ranger.
Yeah, that's what I'm just like from now on. Sam
next
can
next
only
time I'm
play
playing a
Rangers.
Rangers.
You're being punished.
I'm not actually going to make that build, Steve. I was just explaining how my brain works sometimes.
Dude,
I can
But he could if he wanted
yeah,
to.
I'm looking. I could look at rule sets and I can see interactions and I think,
Yeah, no.
But if you did that with that,
I kind of want to see it because
this is what DMs that become players do.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Like, because all I'm thinking right now is because you have to roll to cast a spell, or is it just like automatic?
No, it's a saving throw.
Save?
It's a saving throw spell. It's a dexterity based saving throw.
It does 2014.
So you can take half
resistance?
of 2800 damage.
Yeah. So even if you take half because it's maximized damage.
Counterspell. I could counterspell it.
You could counterspell it technically, but then I would just use my bonus action to cast it with the card.
Here's your reaction.
I was gonna be like Mind Sliver, but like nope, there that goes. Jesus Christ, yeah, because can that I got is legendary reactions, are those in 2014? I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you can still choose to succeed with the legendary action, but you're still going to take half damage.
Yeah, that's vicious. Mind control command. I'm just gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Jesus Christ, that's awesome, dude. I kind of want to see that because I just want to. Oh my god, that's evil. Oh, I like that. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you casted that, like if you had that and like you guys were on your ship and you cast that in the water, just like how much like death would just like float up and everything.
It could be a fish.
Ukatoa would never stood a chance. Jeez. I know we've been crapping on the Ranger and how poorly they did him. I will say this: Larian Studios did do the Ranger right.
Oh yeah,
I think they did him amazing in that.
Well, yeah, if you mix it correctly with the Rogue and Fighter class, Rangers are super powerful.
In Baldur's Gate,
yeah,
or just
two bonus actions, like 4 attacks per turn at level 3.
Other subject matter, because I want to talk about one other nerdy subject matter. The Steam machine. Have you guys checked that out, Kevin? I know you haven't.
I know of it. It's a box.
You know of it?
I know of it. That's something.
Whoa!
I'm not gonna buy it.
I might. I will.
We know.
But dude, well, because I have my laptop upstairs in my bedroom, and it's because Jackie's been really playing into Until Dawn, so really absolutely fun. Also know that she would never survive a horror movie whatsoever. Like I had no doubt she wouldn't, but like due to her choices that she makes in the game, just like straight up, like that you get like in. And I don't know if you have you played Until Dawn.
Nope.
Kev? Sam.
No, I haven't played Until Dawn.
Okay, so you have potentially 8 people that you can survive till the end of the game, and you switch between all of these 8. 7 out of the 8 people, and you can hypothetically have them all survive till the end. Jackie's down to I think 5, and she's still like early on in the game. So I'm like, she's like, "Am I playing it right?" I'm like, you're playing it, but I like the anyways. I like the idea of like because Steam just announced all that they got a new controller coming out. They've got the Steam machine coming out, and they got a VR headset coming out. Brand spanking new one of them. They're all coming out next year. The Steam machine is a glorious looking new console that is just going to. I I don't want to say it's going to win the console wars, but it's going to put up one hell of a fight, man, because
Do
there's
you
no
need
monthly
this if you have a
subscriptions.
PC?
It is a PC. You
Does it
can
do
use it
anything
as a
that a PC can't do? Is this to steal from the console market specifically?
yes and no. It's another way for you to play your Steam games
Mhm.
and use it have as a console. It has SD drive so that you can put in and exchange your external internal and or your external memory, so you can do the SD slots for it. So I think each card. I think the cards though are maximized to like 2 terabytes. Don't quote me on that one, but
Is that
that's
all?
a yeah, it's all. It can and you can use it. It is a PC. You can attach a monitor and your mouse and a um, keyboard to it if you want, or
Mhm.
you can keep it as a console. What makes it really nice is you could, one of the reasons like I own an Xbox and people own PlayStations and they own Nintendos is so you can play with your friends online. But PlayStation and Xbox and I think Nintendo, I don't quote me on that one. They do require a online subscription. You have to have a subscription with them to play online with your friends.
Yeah,
Steam does not.
right.
So it's them getting into the console saying, "Hey, we have a console here you can play all these games on, and you don't need a subscription to do it, and you can use your controller and everything like that." The
Mhm.
price is I'm hearing 6 to 7, and it comes with at least one, if not two, controllers. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And it's in 4K. It's 60 frames per second. It's a nice little PC slash console.
I think having a computer, I don't see a reason for me to get one.
I think
Fair.
the main motivation behind the Steam Deck is that it is a gaming standard PC that is A, simpler to use, and B, the hardware inside is considerably cheaper. It's more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
So,
Are you talking about the deck or the machine, the Steam machine?
the Steam
Yeah.
machine
Yeah, you're the tech guy.
is that it they've because they've obviously made like a bulk deal
Mm,
to get processors, graphics cards,
Mhm.
hard drives, everything in to create like a standard manufacturing design. Then all of the costs of like building a PC, customizing PCs, all that kind of stuff that goes with the 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 owning of a PC is mitigated for the person who doesn't want to know how to do that or doesn't want to pay someone or some company to assemble a machine for them.
Is it customizable or are those the specs that you're
I
gonna get?
think there are a choice of specs,
Okay.
but they haven't exactly. They've released some data on the available hardware, but they're using proprietary CPUs and GPUs,
Mhm.
so they're not something that you would get to purchase for your computer. So they're probably designed to work in a specific environment with a specific motherboard.
Gotcha.
So that's how they've been able to like reduce costs, but at the same time still keep it like functional and competitive
yeah.
within the PC
Also,
market.
also, the availability of games. So on
Yeah.
Xbox, you can't really play a lot of PlayStation games. I mean, it took them forever to get Helldiver, right? I think they just got it, and like now nobody plays it. Uh, but Steam has had it, and they have that access to Xbox games. They've had access to PlayStation games. They only one they don't have access to is Nintendo games because Nintendo is exclusivity. They also have a larger selection of indie games. Also, on top of all of that, the price of games on Steam itself are significantly cheaper. So, excuse me, a game we all like, Phasmophobia. We enjoyed playing
Hmm.
that game. On Steam, when it first came out, I think it was only like 10, $15. I think it's maybe up to $20 now, maybe around there ish.
Hmm.
On Xbox, it's $30
Right.
because Xbox charges a certain amount so that they can make profit off of your game. Steam is a lot more forgiving for that. I know they have a system in play, and I think it has to do like if they charge $100 for you to launch your game up there, and then after you make $1,000, you get that 100 back, and then they take a certain percentage, but it's like little comparatively. Whereas Xbox and PlayStation, they're a lot less forgiving.
I wonder how the hardware is going to hold up because games, they advance so much where even if you have decent gear in your computer, it might not be able to handle any newer games.
There is precedent. I don't the computers are not advancing as quickly these days as they used to.
Right.
They really aren't. There's a whole nerdy reason for that I can go into if you want to, but it's IT concept to do the something called the transistor limit,
Mhm.
where they've reached the smallest possible size they can make transistors.
Okay.
So all like the upgrading of processors up until about, I can't remember, it's almost a decade ago now, until we reached the point where we were making them so small that if we made them any smaller, then quantum mechanics gets involved and they stop working. So
Fair enough.
so they haven't so the actual so the sort of the exponential curve upwards has actually flattened off in the last period of time.
So
So
hardware can improve much more, but
hard
games,
games can improve, but
yeah.
hardware is not improving at the exponential rate that it once was
Mhm.
because we physically can't
Yeah.
make the transistors any smaller, so we can't make the processors exponentially more impressive.
Mhm.
So I have a graphics card that I bought in 2020, and it's still perfectly functional for anything
Okay.
that I can use today. Whereas in the mid, like, 20 in the 2010s, you own a car, if you owned a graphics card for more than 3 years, you may as well just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
So, so the Steam and also the Steam machine has a Linux-based operating system.
Mhm.
So it's not Windows or Mac OS or any of those other cumbersome OSs that are designed to do a multitude of things. This has been streamlined purely to operate as a gaming platform. So I think it's a smart move because I think you
Okay.
buy yourself a Steam machine, it's going to stay current and capable for a good long time.
Mhm. Okay. I'm still not going to buy one,
So
Steve.
that's fine. You you are if Ken was here, he would be like the our 100% no doubt our caveman. But like out of the three of us, you are definitely the caveman.
Thank you.
Uh, okay. So Sam, is this something you think you would pick up?
No, I don't need one.
Oh,
I really don't get enough time to play games to invest in
fair
like a
enough.
dedicated gaming
Sam's not a
machine.
huge gamer. Yeah.
So I used to be a
Well, he
huge
can play
gamer.
with us.
I don't get time. That's the problem. It's not that
Steve.
I have like half a dozen games bought in my Steam list that I haven't even like installed yet. So
That's
it's
fair.
like investing money into like a device to play to not play more games seems seems
I
difficult
get
to
that.
justify. But it's not that
Yeah,
I don't love gaming anymore. I just really don't. I
I
don't have
get
enough
that.
space in the day to sink the hours that I used to sink into games. So.
It's fair. I I want to say in all honesty, I probably won't get it for a while, but I do like it, and I think it's neat. Um, like I said, my only problem is right now upstairs I'm using my laptop. I've got it
Mhm.
connected to the
Steve's going to
PCI.
get it almost immediately, everyone.
I
I
promise you won't. My wife is
I as
begging.
as someone who works in IT, one of these standard mantras that we chant is never buy a piece of technology on day one, ever.
100%.
Under any
Do not.
circumstance, no matter how excited you are for a game, no matter how excited you are for a console, do not buy it until you've let everyone else complain about what's wrong with it.
Unless it's a Bethesda product, then you just know it's going to keep having those same like bugs, if not more bugs. You know they just they're re-releasing Fallout 3 with newer graphics and everything. And they said they even asked them like, "Are you going to fix all the bugs that you had in Fallout 3?" And they just completely ignored that question. Like they just disregarded it completely. I mean, what was our last game that came out? Starfall or whatever.
Yeah, and it did
It's
not go over well, Starfall, I don't think.
no, they did a huge update for it, and it still had all the same problems that it had before, and I thought that was freaking hilarious. Um, one of the bugs I saw that, well, it wasn't a bug, but like one of the glitches people were doing to like steal all the high value stuff before like you could actually afford it or get it, was they would push it over with a trash can and just use the trash can to push it out the door. And once you got it far enough out
Uh-huh.
the door, you could just pick it up.
Yeah,
And they're like, "Yeah, fully mine
it's
now."
all of those exploits and those games still worked even in the updated versions. And
Yeah,
I feel like the updated graphics just made you think you were playing a new game, and then you'd come across all the janky old
it's like
old
there it is.
bugs, and you were like, ah, I got fooled by the pretty lights.
New graphics still just as sad.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So you guys got any final thoughts before we wrap up this episode?
I went to medieval times yesterday.
Oh my God, yes, we
Yeah,
should have talked
you,
about that.
you,
That's
yeah.
why
I
I'm wearing
apologize.
armor.
That is true.
He's been telegraphing it this entire time.
All right, talk about your yeah, you know what? We got time for this. We'll make time for this. Talk about your medieval times and
I want to
just
save it
gosh,
now because I got an email address for our server and he
did you?
knows how medieval times works. So I
Okay.
want to do an interview with that guy from medieval times about medieval times. And maybe about his hopes
Awesome.
and aspirations too. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him that much.
All
He gave
right.
me extra
All right.
bread. He was a nice guy. We named him
Ooh,
Brian the Barbarian.
barbarian. I like that. I like that. And your guy lost. You because you were gushing
He was
over
killed
what
by they did change the story. I don't know when, but it's a little bit it's the same thing entirely,
uh,
but there's like instead of a different bad guy coming in, one of the knights is a bad guy.
so there was like, all right, you're the bad guy tonight and you go
Exactly.
first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
It,
still fun. My kids were entranced and
mhm.
they both sat the whole time and they enjoyed it and they had mead and it was still a wonderful time for a lot of money in New
You
Jersey.
still eat with your hands and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. The whole half a chicken.
I don't know if I can. I'm such, I don't know if I can do that with like chicken and like just even though there's not a fork that like I don't probably won't need a fork. I still want one. You know, it's the principle. I need to have it. Like
Nope.
it's
Hands.
oh my god. So, well, I'm glad you had a good time. And that was a honeymoon or like just like a lovely date thing for you and your wife and your family.
Anniversary gift to get like her
Anniversary gift.
family to go there to do that.
Okay. Okay.
And they
Did
all
it,
had
it
fun too.
inspire them to did it inspire them to go do D&D
They're
or
not going to play D&D. Some of them would be really good at it. I'm
no?
still waiting for the day I show up to like Thanksgiving. They're like, "Hey man, why don't you play D&D for us?"
All right.
And I'll be ready.
I mean,
I'll
we
do
did
it.
do the one time at your house for your birthday,
Hmm.
and we were what kind of pajama bottoms were you wearing? Like Peppa Pig or something like that?
Peppa Pig. Yeah, I'm wearing my D&D pajama bottoms right now.
Are you nice?
But it was a surprise thing. I didn't know you guys were coming. I was caught off guard.
Yeah, just like
I
Sandra
still
had
would have kept the
mentioned.
pants. I didn't care.
It was so much fun. It was such a blast. It was one time we played level 20 characters, and then I
Yeah,
got to
what a
watch Ken
mess.
struggle. Like Ken struggles with level 5 characters, level 3 characters, and then we gave him a level 20
20.
character.
We need a spell
He's
that's
just
three
like
pages long.
he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Who got eaten? Somebody got eaten.
Thomas. Of course,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas got eaten. Did you die? Your character died?
We all lost, basically. We lost the objective. I tried to use my divine intervention to save Thomas, but you said, nah, he's dead.
Because he was eaten by Tiamat. Like you're like, I'm gonna save him. I randomly spit him up. Oh, so much fun.
And I
So much
ninth level inflicting wounds Alex because I was blinded and missed. And did like 80 damage to him.
fun. Yeah, that was a great game. That was an amazing game. I never get to use Tiamat like ever. I think that's the one time I've ever used her. She's just so she's so OP. She's so tough. Um, but yeah, no, I'm glad you had fun, dude.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
props. And you know what? If we can get something out of that and at least talk a little bit about like medieval times, I'm down. You know
I
me.
want to know how it works behind the scenes. I think there's a lot going on there.
Is that the closest one is New Jersey to it?
Jersey. Yep. I've been to
Good
that one. I've been to one in
Lord.
Florida when I was a kid. The
I
drive
get
wasn't
what it
bad.
is.
You don't go through New York City, which is the whole thing. It's still a couple hours from here, but you don't
Okay.
sit through the city traffic.
Also, I don't have to go across the G Dub Bridge.
There's a bridge, but it's not, you're not driving through like Brooklyn.
That's the one thing I don't want to do is cross the GW.
You
Like,
afraid of bridges?
ooh, yeah, I'm terrified of bridges. I'm
Oh,
just no, I don't want to drive through New York City. It's
yeah, drive
like
wasn't
there's
bad.
anxiety levels with like certain places of driving and like cities are like, dude, I get such anxiety. I don't know, Sam.
When
Do
your
you
car
like?
needs a diaper to not get rear-ended all the time, it's a bad place to drive. So I'm with you there. I don't like
Yeah,
driving in the
like
city.
So
no.
the only real times I've only driven in New York City a few times. Normally, my other half drives, um, and he's a native New Yorker, and some weird transformation happens when we cross a bridge into New York, where he turns from, my sweet-natured, lovely husband into a swearing, angry monster who believes everyone on the road is an inferior driver to him. And I've talked to many other people who are from New York itself, and they say, yeah, that happens to all of us.
You have to.
You just the
It's
hate
it's
hat and
it's
anger
just
just
a
take over.
metamorphosis that happens once you're driving in New York.
So what I'm hearing is if we ever need to go through New York, we just get,
You
we
get
just get
Gary, yeah.
Sam's, we get Gary to come over and
Gary
it's like,
drives us.
Gary,
Yes.
we're having as our Uber the rest of the time. Like, if we ever need to go there. Hey, we'll go see that 20-sided or what is it? The
20-sided
20-sided tavern.
tavern.
It's
yeah, we'll
traveling.
go
It's
to
not in New
that.
York right now. I
What
tried to
kind of
tell
time
you
it
guys
is?
to go. It was amazing.
Well, now we need to go again because
Jacques
now
the
we have
Whipper is there doing his thing
yeah,
throughout the country.
yeah. I think he's in Texas right now or Oklahoma. Not he's back up in Massachusetts, probably just relaxing and just um yeah, no. So let Gary know we volunteered him for
I
this.
will, yeah.
For, uh, Sam, any final thoughts with you, buddy?
Ah, the only thing I have to is I feel like I've had a little bit of a month of disappointment in terms of nerdy releases. I wanted to see Tron Ares, and then I saw the reviews, and now I
Oh,
don't. And I wanted to play Bloodline the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, and then I saw the reviews, and now I don't.
I got
So
the
so
VR
I
version.
feel like
Yeah,
my
I have.
enthusiasm that I had last time I talked about stuff that was coming out has been kind of a little bit dashed. So
I get that. I will say, our not to crap on our local theater around here, but I went to go see Predator Badlands with my son for like on Veterans Day, and I'm like, everybody's got it off. They're gonna have matinees and stuff like that. Dude, the earliest showing for that movie was 5:30 in the afternoon, and I'm like, I've got to take him to karate because I don't
mhm.
do crap for karate, but like everybody in my family does karate, and they do it like all the afternoons for most of the week. So I was like, well, I can't go see that movie. So my nerdiness was thwarted by AMC and their lack thereof showtimes. I tried to give them my money and they said no, thank you. Um, yeah, so I, yeah, I'm right there with you, Bloodlines 2, because I remember when I started the podcast, that was one of the announcements like, hey, Bloodlines 2 is coming out, and it took forever. And I have learned if a game takes a lot longer to come out, it's usually not a good sign for that game.
Yeah, it's been went through multiple publishing houses, multiple
Yeah.
iterations, multiple rewrites, and so the final product I think was rushed out the door just because they needed to make some money back and just have it done
Yeah.
rather than actually because they were excited that they had a great game ready to
Yeah.
go. So,
I will say they really haven't come out with a. I have the VR version, a VR one, the Vampires game. It's kind of fun, but it's like a VR game, so it's like
mhm.
it's very limited. Uh, they definitely took a lot of the old sound effects and bits from the Masquerade, Bloodlines. They took your auspex and stuff like that, and celerity. When you do that, it's the same sound effects. Um, but yeah, what was the other one? Swan Song or something like that was
Yeah.
the other, and that got like I didn't even play it. Like every review on it said, like, just do not touch this game. If you like Bloodlines, don't touch this game. You're gonna be miserable the rest of your life. And
There's no vampire media going on right now. There's
they did
no
do they
want
just
for
interview
it.
with a vampire.
Who did
They
when?
got a
What? Huh?
it's now. Yeah, there's a whole new series. It's been out for like the last couple of years. They redid it. They redid
Now, I
Vampire.
mean, is that a thing that's happening currently?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it, so it must not be.
I watched the first season, then sort of lost it a little in the second season.
Fair
Didn't get
enough.
as entranced by it. But I didn't know there's a third season now then.
Yeah, so it's I don't know the names of the characters because I saw the original movie. I didn't watch this.
So as I said,
So
there's no interest in
oh
vampires right now, so
shut
there's no need to put money into a game about vampires.
no. But they follow it's he was interviewing what are the characters' names? It's not the
Lestat, Louis,
yeah. It
Claudia.
follows Lestat like he's a celebrity now or something, like he's a
Oh,
pop
right.
star. And so it was him sitting in his chair and he says, "You've got 15 minutes." And that's where the trailer ended.
Okay.
So yeah. Uh but yeah, I would still dude, Bloodlines was an amazing game.
That's the thing. It was an amazing game, and I kind of don't want to be. And from the impression I've got from people is that Bloodlines 2 isn't actually a terrible game.
Mm,
It's just not a sequel to Bloodlines.
mm,
And if they'd have released it as its own thing, it probably would have done a lot better. But it's because everyone is comparing it to Bloodlines that they're disappointed because it's not really an RPG, it's more of an action game.
oh,
And you don't really have any choices that actually affect the overall plot. And the clan that you choose doesn't really affect what you can do in the game because you can just learn all the disciplines anyway. And it gives the impression that the game was originally designed with a named character who
yeah,
was of a specific clan already, and they kind of tacked on some RPG mechanics to make it look like it was an RPG, but it really isn't. So again,
yeah.
not necessarily a problem.
Mm.
Some people say it plays kind of like Dishonored,
Oh, I like that game.
but Dishonored is not an RPG. It's more of
No,
an action
it's a
game.
stealth. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
stealth action.
it's a stealth action game.
Yeah,
So if they'd have released it as like a stealth action game in Vampire in the World of
yeah,
Darkness, it probably would have done very well and people might have liked it. But because they released it as a sequel to Bloodlines, but then took out everything that made Bloodlines, you know, appeal to
yeah,
people,
yeah.
There's
it's
this
not
game that
it.
came out a little while ago, and it's one of the main characters is a vampire, and there's a whole vampire arc later in the game called Baldur's Gate 3. If you play Astarion,
Uh-huh. Yeah, played that.
that's
Yeah.
probably your best vampire media right
That's
now.
yeah, your best vampire media is the Asterion in Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, they also have DLC for this. I was just looking it up while we're sitting here talking about it. They added DLC to this game too. Like, oh, okay, so you put half the game behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's there's definitely a desperate attempt to squint back all the money they've wasted in trying to make this game for the last like 10, 15 years. So,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember. Like I said, I remember doing this with like we. I remember sitting down doing an episode like what games we're excited about with my brother, and like Vampires Masquerade came up, and I was like, oh my gosh! And then you get this like statue to go with it as a limited edition and everything, and I was like, kind of want to get it, and I didn't, and now I'm
uh-huh.
glad I did.
Yeah.
But
I will probably play it, but I'm going to wait for it to get cheap.
yeah, that's what I was just looking at too. I was looking to see what the price of it. I was like, is it worth buying right now? I mean, it's got over 5,000 reviews on Steam and mixed.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Uh,
aware of Astarion's Book of Hunger that Wizards is releasing on D&D Beyond?
I'd seen that. I hadn't actually
Full
looked into it
vampire
though.
themed feats, and I think there's at least a subclass. But we're
Oh,
doing
cool.
Strahd, and there's allegedly vampires around, and it releases very soon, within the next couple of days, I think, in
I'll
digital
check it out.
format. So
Is it 2014 or is it
no, it's 20, everything they're doing now is 2024.
okay? So,
But
so you want me to convert you guys back over to
I didn't mind 2024. I'm okay with it. But I mean, there's feats you can throw in. There's flavor. You can homebrew stuff. You can make it work, Steve. You're really good at that.
We have faith in
You
you,
know what
Steve.
my problem is with
do it.
24 edition is it requires my players to pay attention to what they do.
There's
And
more,
Sam's the only one that does it.
weapon masteries and stuff. Yeah, there's a bit more.
It like sap and push and nick and all of these weapon abilities that it requires you knuckle draggers to sit there and be held accountable for. And you're
Listen, if
like,
they forget what their
DM, you
sword
got
does,
this.
it doesn't do it.
I can't even get you guys to take notes. Sam
I'll
made a
never be a
freaking
good
PDF
note-taker.
calendar for you guys to look like, hey, here's all the notes we did from Eldoria for the last 3 days.
Can't note.
No.
It doesn't work.
I've seen your notes. They're horrible.
But you couldn't even read them.
I've seen worse handwriting, but you know, I'm not judging you.
There's never any context.
There's something about a witch in one of your notes, and I think is what it said. Let me pull up your notes.
I don't know what it's about.
Because, like I said, we're doing the thing with the CFX, and you know, you're like, I'm not gonna remember by January. Oh, let's pull up your notes. Old woman cooking, killed hag, will-o-wisp. First off, you didn't even spell will-o-wisp correctly. Nope. It's you put willow as in the tree, wisp. Beard, frost giant chasing. Who is it chasing there, Kevin?
Who knows? Everything that happens, I'm like, that seems important. I'll probably remember it. And this is Dingo. A weekly game, and I'm like, who's that guy?
Dingo call lemon George?
Have no idea. I wrote that down. I have no idea what it's about. Fortunately, we do have at least one other. The previous DM who's playing this time is a fantastic note taker. He remembers everything, and he's playing my squire. So I got to say, hey, Denny, what did we do last week? And he has to tell me.
Well, we're gonna have that because I'm running the next D&D game.
Really cool.
Yes. So Steve Steve. Your challenge is to try and break my game the way I break yours.
Oh,
and take notes.
I'll take, and I'll put on a really bad like British accent too. And that'll somehow. I'm just gonna go Scottish and be like, and he's just gonna be like, that's not what I sound like, and I'll be like, Chim Chimaroo. Do something else. I'll do a Dick Van Dyke like Cockney
Mary Poppins. Oh god.
Yeah, Mary Poppins.
We'll try to do every English accent besides Sam's from London.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm just gonna pick them all out and be like, all right, here we go. Yes, we are excited, and I was actually gonna say something about that because we might do a little high video to everybody. It'll be one of the few times that we actually get together as the three of us, and
Steve gets to play instead of DM for once.
Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. So
when you watch our Call of Cthulhu game, Steve gets to play, and he's actually pretty good at playing games. It's really fun.
He's pretty fun.
We're trying to get that to happen more, so we need more DMs to come DM for us so Steve can participate.
If I will put that out here, if you feel like you want to DM and have us record something, guys, we love that. We are all about that life. Mm-hmm. I think we're very good players, and we complement each other very well. And we're very respectful of our DMs.
Other DMs,
yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys can piss off. I hate you.
But we want to play other systems, and if you know a different system, we want to play it.
Yeah.
Yes,
which the guys from Pathfinder reached out to us. They want us to play with them.
We're going to try to do that.
Yes. A whole new system. Yeah. Definitely. Same. I'm so sorry. You were saying something, buddy.
Was I? I've entirely forgot what I was saying.
We are old.
I think we said it all and then went on 2 more tangents since this.
And my adult brain has already changed tracks.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. As always, please like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you're listening to podcasts. And if you are listening to us on Apple and Spotify, please remember to rate and review. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, so please like and follow us at DNA Pod or on our webpage, nerddnapod.com. I'm your host, Steve Pugh, with my lore-keeping, note-taking, and soon-to-be dungeon master for a weekend, Sam, our video IT god. and then the wonderful, the aluminum wearing, the losing team from medieval times, Kevin Sir Bobbin.
That was good titles for us, Steve. Well done.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Steve.
right. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. With that, I'll note, thank you and good night.
Enjoy our new song.
Bye.
Warhammer lore that'll put you to sleep. Dance with nerdy ambition. Dice over men on a mission. When the kids asleep, the nerds will play.